And we want to get this end here, you know, more okay, yeah, something like that, in other words. And let's kind of bring this down. I hope everyone's going to have a good 4th of July. You know, since I've retired, I don't know the working schedule of most people. I think most people are getting a 4-day holiday because a lot of people are leaving and doing things, and because they said I saw where the airlines really were having an issue with people traveling. Of course, the airlines are always having an issue with people traveling. A lot of people laugh at me and get mad at me because I drive up to my son's in Kentucky, but I like to do that. I don't like an 18-hour drive, but I like to go so that I can stop if I want to stop in Tennessee or someplace like that and maybe see friends or whatever. I try to do that. So that is a joy to me. It is. But they were talking about how the airlines were really struggling to, well, now it's getting down pretty low, so we're going to start working on our flag a little bit, just to, and so let's run this part, which is the part of the flag, to go straight up, just like this. Okay, just like that. And we want to sort of bring that behind that flag just a little bit. Sort of bring that kind of behind there, okay? Just bring it behind. We want it to kind of at an angle, you know, get a and so what we want to do is we don't want to square it off, but we want to kind of come on the sides now, and we want to sort of like make this and we want to make sure that it looks like it's inside the rock. So we want to be real careful here. So we want to just kind of okay. Let's make the flag like this. So let's just kind of go on each side and take away the, like that, as we say. Okay, as you see, see, that looks, no, that don't look right in there. Let me kind of make that even. Let's bring that stand, flag stand. Let's bring that wood back just a little bit, like somewhere like right in here. Okay. Okay. Here we go. And then have our flag. So we have plenty of room for our flag itself. And let's So go down and do it in the back here. Even though we're going to have a back that is, you know, flat and all that other stuff, we want to get things rolling as we go. Yeah, I hope everyone, it's like a 4-day weekend. See, the reason I'm confused on holidays a lot of times is the place that I worked out there, the plants that I worked, we worked all our holidays, basically. We had very few holidays. What I mean is we got paid for it and stuff, but we were not off. Our plants were 24/7. And you didn't, you know, as an operator, and then as I got on further, I became a specialist, process specialist of cogeneration units. And so when something went wrong out there, and most of the time we were working anyway, you know, I mean, it's then you went out to the plant and you stayed there and you worked, and you were just expected to do that. It was just, you know, these were multi-million-dollar outfits, and they couldn't afford to have something like a unit. If a unit would shut down or have problems and it had to be shut down, it had to immediately be brought up, you know, as fast as they possibly could, to, you know, it being safe, because they would, you know, it was like $1 million an hour that they would, you know, spend on something like that. Okay, I'm going to take this flag now, and I'm going to just sort of determine just a little bit. Let's see, that would be about this far down over as far as the where the stripes are, I mean the stars are. And okay, we have a top one, we have a red, we have a white, and then we have this one here. That's a little bit small. We're gonna have to do, hold on, let me do this a little bit. Let me okay, we're gonna have a red one at the top, then we have a white one, then we have a red one, then we come from back here and we have a white one, and we have a red one, and we have a white, have a red, we have a white, and then we have a red at the bottom here. Okay, so I'm going to take my V tool this time, and I'm just going to outline these. Like here is the here's the little there we go. Here's the little white one. No, that's our little stars, in other words. And we're going to take our, we're just going to do this, okay? We're just going to kind of head like that, okay? And then I'm going to take my V tool also, and I'm going to follow along in these, okay? Just sort of, now be careful. Be careful. This is close to your hand. And I know everybody's going to be screaming, why don't you have a glove on, Gene? Well, gloves are dangerous, more dangerous to me than my hands, and I know that's a cop-out for a lot of people. But uh-oh, what happened here? Oh, let's see, let me come down a little bit lower here. Okay. People across the street yelling. And I cannot hold a piece with a glove. I have almost really cut my hand bad. I have to grab on to the glove. I mean, I have to grab on to the piece, and I can't hold a piece. It slips out of my hand when I'm using a glove. And I know that to a lot of people, they consider that a cop-out, but I'm being very serious now. I have tried desperately, and I don't do good with a glove. Now, that doesn't mean, please people, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't wear a glove, okay? A lot of you have stronger hands than I am, and you can maneuver. You know, even at work, they made us wear gloves when we did anything. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I had trouble picking up things with gloves and wearing a glove and doing my work in a glove, because I just didn't, I just had an issue. I couldn't maneuver well with a glove. And, okay, I'm just gonna put the little pieces in there on the flag. I just take my V-tool and I just flip it just like that to kind of give the thing here. And up underneath here and over here, and just kind of flip it around and give it that look. Okay. All right. I'm sure Miss Hammack probably does a much more superior job than I do. And so, anyway, it really doesn't really look all that great until you get it painted anyway. I tell you what, you look at, someone asked me why, I recently got a thing, why do you wet your piece at the end to show people? Well, one of the reasons is just like this piece right here, okay? Basswood is not that pretty a wood, okay? It's just not. It's not an attractive wood. So until you actually do something to it, paint it or wash it or do something like that, and basswood's just not, you take basswood and stain it. Just take a piece of basswood in a carving and stain it and see how just drab it looks. It's just got a very drab look to it. Because basswood, even though it's a wonderful carving wood, it's not attractive as far as the painting is concerned. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to draw a little thing around the top, just a little thing right there. As far as it's just not. It's not attractive. It's not an attractive wood. It doesn't look pretty. And remember, on my videos here, folks, if you can't see up close, a lot of people don't, you enlarge. In fact, I'd rather, all my videos, enlarge the screen, and you'll be right up on top of me, in other words, because sometimes I don't always get it right. Okay. All right. But, yeah, all right, there's our flag. I could have thinned it up just a little bit, but I want to just keep it that way. I've got plenty of room here for my thing. Okay, now this is out of 1 inch, but this is only about 3 inches high, okay? So, now let's go ahead and, first of all, let's go ahead and take the corners and let's kind of, let's just kind of move them up a little bit, okay? We're just going to kind of do some she shows as this comes to a, you see how it comes to the corner here? The flag itself comes to the corner here. And we can kind of just, this is really easy part here, doing the thing. And we just, all the way over, we just do, just sort of bring this ooh, I took a hunk out of that. It don't matter. It's just not gonna matter all that much when you see what we're gonna do here. We're just kind of so we're just gonna, you know, because what we want to do is bring this point over here where this is at the very edge of the, see how now it looks different now with it being at the edge, and we can come up here and we can sort of, but no, I'm serious about that bandsaw thing. Look for used bandsaws, and you can usually find a pretty good deal on these bandsaws, and when you do, you might be surprised, you know. A lot of people, they don't wear their bandsaws out by using them too much. A lot of people buy these bandsaws and then they lose interest in carving, or lose interest in woodworking or whatever it is, or can't do it, so they want to sell them. So this is what happens. All right, do you see how we kind of brought this just a little bit to a point in this area? Okay. As we go, oh, it is hot here in Texas, folks. Goodness gracious, it is hot. Hot as a firecracker. It has been, we've had heat indexes of 107, 109. Texas is always hot. It's always very, very hot, and during the summer. And of course, I know I worked in a hot environment. Okay, now that we've got the piece kind of, then what you want to do is we're going to make the, how you do this is you just take and you cut some V cuts, okay? And you take those V cuts and you run them like this, okay? And then you run it like, and then you cut it like this, okay? And you do the same like here, like, but you kind of run them in different directions as you do this. But you want to be careful now. You don't want to get too crazy, because this is near the hands, okay? All right, do you see what we're doing? Once again, on my videos, if it's not right on top of it, all you have to do is enlarge it. So many guys, there was a guy wrote the other day, and he said, well, I can't see how you do eyes when I did my thing on how to do faces. Well, the thing is, you're not going to see it unless you enlarge it, because when it comes to eyes, it's very hard to see how anyone does it anyway. Okay, and I do mine a certain way. And see how you just make these V cuts. Ooh, it is hot out here. Gosh. I'm just sweating by sitting down. Now you know it's hot when you're just sitting down, carving, enjoying yourself, and you're sweating. You can feel the sweat build up in your shirt here. Now that is hot, folks. And I'm in the garage, and I'd say, well, I'll do it outside, but there's no breeze out there. There is no breeze whatsoever. So as you do this, be careful. Don't put any pressure on your little flag now. Okay? Don't put any pressure on your little flag, because you'll break it. When you get something that thin, you will. I've been helping my daughter. She bought a house and she's going to turn it into an Airbnb. That's a big thing right now. Is people that not selling their homes or turning their homes, or if they go on vacation, turning their homes into Airbnbs. And they're back down here where there's a lot of work, people are, they're very popular down in this area. So so anyway, she bought it, and then she didn't really check it that good, and then next thing, no, one of the air conditioner motors went out. So I had to go and fix that, and I took the air conditioner for the blower fan off of it, and I had to repair that, go get another one. Now you talk about expensive. Now you go buy, be careful when you do this part, because you're go buy motors now. Oh gosh, they are proud of those things. So we're going to go up here and we're just going to cut V's just like in here, and go buy a blower motor or something like that for an air conditioner. Wow, I think it was a little, and this was a 1/8 horsepower motor. I had to get it because nobody had it, because it was on a small studio apartment, so it was only 1/8 horsepower. Most of them are quarter, and I think it was $200 just for that little blower motor. So I can imagine what the quarter ones cost. They're probably they're probably around $300 or $350 or whatever it is. So, you know, and I went and bought it, put it on, and it works. But you know, it just gets very, very expensive changing out anything like that. All that stuff is expensive. Okay, now we're gonna come up here, and all I'm doing is cutting V cuts, folks. See how it looks? See how we've got that stone look to it, in other words? Now if you really want to make it look good, take this up and take you some of